let's gather the branches. It's on infinite, so we're just gonna leave her here, let her pull them all off. Tap I, here's our inventory. As you can see, this is what we have accumulated so far. And we do have these rags, we about to put those on. As soon as she finishes, we can hover over, that's a quality 7, indicated by the 7 by the star. We have a quantity of 2 in this stack. You don't want to stack items because when they're separated like this, they have different quality levels. Then we can take a look at this one, quality 4, quality 36. So now I know that our nature's lure is actually going up. What did I tell you? 1 to 2 points higher. But we won't be able to get over 37 because this tree is a 37. We will probably build maybe a campfire with these over here. I want to build our fishing poles with the highest quality branches. And you can see over here, it let us know that our nature's lure is now at 37. So we're going up in the right direction. Now, we're gonna equip these rags, just equip. So put those on. Now we're good. Changed up that. We'll slide this over here. We don't have an inventory sorter. They do have mods for that. But what we wanna do is hover over, right click, create a primitive tool. And now this is our crafting menu. We definitely want a fishing pole. Now we can create that. However, I don't want to create it with these branches. These lower quality branches, I'm just gonna drop those from my inventory. Now we're gonna create the primitive tool because I don't even want those involved in the crafting process. We're gonna click here for primitive fishing pole and craft. We're just gonna produce one. We don't wanna mass produce it. The things that we're gonna need right now for sure, primitive axe. Let's craft that out. Produce. A primitive hammer. Let's craft that. Produce. You can't queue anything here, so we just have to go through the motion. We're gonna want a primitive pickaxe, which now you can see that we don't have enough flintstone. And we might as well see what we're gonna need for these. We're gonna need more flintstone, more flintstone. And how we do that, again, right click the ground, look for materials, and I right clicked again to make it my default task so we can just avoid that menu altogether. I'm gonna avoid branches this time, focus on flintstone and fiber. Gather up all that fiber. Our main issue is flintstone, but if you pull up fiber, you might as well go ahead and get it. You will always be using it. Flintstone. All right, so I'm gonna just run through here, grab up all the flintstone. Now we know how to do that basic task. All right, run back to the top to get out of that shadow. Tap I for our inventory. Now we can see the items that we did craft, and there is our fishing pole. Now we're gonna finish crafting all the tools that we did need. Create primitive tool, scroll down, and did we craft the pickaxe or did we not? Oh no. All right, you can see that I just drugged that item outside of the inventory box and dropped it. This is a drop bag right here. Now we can take a look at it. It's got a timer. I still own it. So let me look in it and transfer it over to my inventory. Back to crafting, we need to create that primitive tool. Scroll down to the pickaxe, craft, produce. Next is the saw. We have plenty, we're able to make that. Primitive shovel, produce that. And I skipped the saw, we're gonna go back to it as soon as this finishes. Craft the primitive saw. Snare. I do want to make a snare. We are going to have to go find some apple trees because I want to get those set out early so we can get rabbits, build a coop, and then we won't have to hunt for food. We'll be hunting for sport more so. All right, let's hit P. P, now this is our character and where we can apply and equip different armor, jewelry, and our tools. So we know for sure that we absolutely have to have our fishing pole. Put that on us. We're gonna start terraforming. That's gonna be a back tool as a shovel. And then we can put these as our hand tools and we're good. And or you can just right click it and then equip and it'll swap it out and put it in its necessary slot. So we're good now. We're gonna run down to the water, start fishing, and then we will see as we're going through the action, our hunting skill will go up when we open up that line. And here we are at the water. We're gonna right click and then fish. Now, if I escape that, because fish is my default task, I don't have to right click and then go through the menus. If I already have a default task set for something, all I gotta do is run to it and then left click and it'll automatically start doing that task. And then we can hit P while we're fishing. We'll slide this over, go to our crafting tab, scroll down to hunting. Now you'll start to see that our hunting skill will go up every time we successfully catch fish. And then while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna organize this inventory so it's not being a pain and a total cluster. Our fish, that is going to be affected by our hunting skill. All right, got my inventory organized somewhat. We're bringing in fish. So I did say that your hunting skill affects the quality of the fish. Yes and no. So if we catch a level 99 fish, we're never going to get that if we don't have the skill level 99. But it doesn't mean if we have a skill level of 99 that we are always going to catch level 99 fish, because the inventory in the water is going to be whatever it is if we're at level 99. Okay, so this is gonna be the last reel in, and then we're just gonna hit escape. We have plenty of fish that we can work with now, and the more and more we fish, we'll start culling out what we don't want, because we'll want to keep our food quality once we start making food going higher and higher. Then there's an element of complexity of food, how many ingredients it has. So there's a lot to this game to unpack. We're gonna run over here to the tree and get some branches, because we're gonna need a substantial amount of branches. We need a campfire, we need fuel for the campfire, and we'll need branches for our food to make fried fish. We're gonna right click here. It's already our default task, so we could have just left click, inspect it. Let's check and see where our skill level is here. All right, we're at 43 on Nature's Lure. I'd like to try to find a little bit higher quality, so I'm just gonna left click. That's 8. And then we'll keep in mind if we do run across something that is high quality, that way we'll know where it's at on the map and then come back and get it later when we open up our forestry line. So these are birch trees, maple trees, and oak trees. Inspect this, level 7, quality 7, quality 2, quality 63. Branches will replenish themselves, so we're gonna go ahead and right click, go to gather, and then we're gonna grab these branches off of here. Now we're dealing with a higher quality branch. The quality of your materials as you're crafting things will affect the durability of the item. We hover over this, you'll see that we now have a chain representation icon. That is your durability. Now you can see where we are creating new stacks. That's because our skill in Nature's Lure is going up higher, and it's pulling a higher quality from where we originally started when we began pulling them. And then I alluded to forestry earlier. That's going to be very critical for us to get to that as fast as possible. That way we can plant trees and have them grow, because they're going to take time. So in order for us to unlock forestry, we need to get farming to level 30. Then that'll open us up for the 0 tier here, and it'll be green. Then we can start gathering sprouts and even plant hazel trees and juniper trees. So we'll need to gather wild plants to make farming go up. We can use the shovel to plow, pour water on the ground, look for wild plants, harvest crops. These are all gather silkworm cocoon. All of those actions will help us increase farming. Then we can get to 30, unlock forestry. Let's run back to the base, but before, I'm just gonna check this tree, level 16, because I know we're gonna need a lot of branches. 7. Let's go back up to the top. Okay, we're up here at the top. We'll just drop this campfire here. We're gonna right click the ground and create a camp. We're gonna create a campfire. We're gonna build it. It is kind of dark, so we do have the option to create a primitive tool. Scroll down to torch, craft, produce. Now we can get ourselves some light. We have our torch crafted. Just right click it here and we can just click equip. There we go. A little bit of light, not too much illumination, but we're not in the pitch black dark. Create campfire, slide this menu over here, and we need to fuel it. Now, this right here is essentially the blueprint in a lot of the MMOs, survival crafting games. They're going to be holograms of the actual item. These will be signposts. Just right click that, create campfire. Then we're going to drag and drop our branches in there, build. Now we have our campfire. Need to right click it, add some fuel, and instead of using the branches, I've decided that I'm going to do something a little bit different, and this is going to require us to equip our saw. So I specifically want to remove my shovel. We're not going to need that at the moment. I'm not going to just right click and then equip because it may remove our torch. We're going to run down. We're going to chop a tree down, and we're not going to use our branches. Ooh, grab that flint stone. We're going to need that to make more tools when we break them. Quality 37, that's fine. We can actually gather, and while we're down here, we're just going to check out and see if we can run across any higher quality trees, because we're going to need higher quality branches now. That's 47. Let's just gather these branches. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and chop this tree down. There's nothing else that we can gather from it. I don't really need nor want bark. We can make bark boxes out of that, but I'm going to jump straight to making crates. So we're going to right click it, and then in the option menu, we're going to just left click, cut down. And then if you don't want your inventory showing up, you can either hit I, or if you have it open, you can just hit tab, and then now you can use your look. Down it goes. And in an every life is feudal server, make sure you uproot the stump. And in order to do that, we're going to have to re-equip our shovel. And so we don't remove our torch, we're going to just drag and drop it over there instead of right clicking and selecting it. We're going to hit tab. That way it gives us back our free look, what I alluded to earlier, and then we're gonna just right click uproot. And I could have set uproot as my default task for that because I will only ever uproot it. And it gave us a billet. That is what we're gonna use as firewood. And here we have our log. We still have a claim to it for 1 minute and 12 seconds. We can inspect the log. Now the quality of the tree is gonna affect the amount of wood that's in the log. So for instance, this is quality 47. It's the amount of wood is 400, and the amount of wood, depending on the item that you're taking out, we'll have to saw it out. For instance, this billet is going to be a weight of 10. So we would be able to get 40 billets out of this amount of wood. But we can also get boards, and that is what we're going to use to create our crate. So I'm going to click OK. Now, very cool thing. And if you notice in your systems tab, which I hid mine behind me in the camera, you'll be able to see that our willpower is about to go up because we're going to lift this log. Our strength went up, our movement went up, and our willpower. And we also got the notification here. Hit P, and that's going to be under your stats. And usually when I cap this out at 150, I'll start tweaking it. And then when I tweak it and why I tweak it, we'll go over. And we're just gonna make our way back very slow, but I'll see you when we get to the top of the mountain. All right, we're at the top of the mound, not mountain. I'm gonna right click the ground and I'm gonna drop the object. And as you can see, it's green, so I can use this tile. I can place it, but it says you cannot place that object here. Someone or something is blocking that spot, okay? That's why we have this. We can edit and maneuver the item around, twist, turn, left, right, up, down. Really what's blocking us is that it's in the terrain. We want to pull it up, and you can pull it up as high as you want to and click place and it'll drop down. Now what I want to do is I want to saw out billets. In order to saw, we're going to need our saw. Drag and drop that on over, right click, saw out billet. I'd say I think the inventory for this container is like 50 on the campfire, so we'll saw out 4. And then we'll put all the billets in there. We won't waste our branches because we're going to need those to cook this food. Now, sawing out is something that skill level doesn't matter. The type of tool, the quality level of the tool doesn't affect the quality of the item that is rendered when you saw out. So tool doesn't matter, skill doesn't matter. I'm going to escape out of that. Now we have a total of 5. Now let me show you when you re-inspect it, we should have reduced it by 40 points. And we did that. We're going to spin around, add some fuel, and we can hit control, hold control, and click over, and it'll allow you to fill the container up and you don't have to drag and drop. Now we're going to just light the fire.